A viewer gave us this video from near the small town of Nab in Jefferson County, Indiana. James Greenwell rolled as those clouds formed not far from several homes. Minutes later, the storms killed 4 people in the nearby community of Chelsea. That's where Wave 3's Elizabeth Dunn.
Now, there is so much loss here in this community tonight. As you can see, this very home right here, it is a loss, and the homeowner was actually inside at the time that the storm hit. And we're going to walk around and just seeing on this path, there are everyday items around here. I mean, it's eerie. There's a fan. It looks like a vacuum hose. This is a chair that belongs to a child, just scattered and littered across the yard, as you can see, stretching into the neighbor's yard as well. But what is unique about this neighborhood is it's more than just people who live next to each other. Many of these families are indeed family. The small town of Chelsea, Indiana is forever changed. Homes destroyed and lives lost.
You can see all the material just up in the air, and you can see the tornado going through.
Don Clefman's uncle Terry Jackson and his wife Nancy, both 70, were here where a house once stood.
He was about like me, easy going, kind of had a lot of fun.
The couple's granddaughter was inside with her 2 kids. A family friend tells us the wind ripped her 4-year-old son, Dalen Jackson, out of his mother's arms. The coroner says they found all 3 victims outside. They died from multiple blunt force traumas.
It made me think about my little boy, and I get to go home to him and tuck him in at night, and she can't.
The Jacksons are a very well-known family in this community.
He was in the store, he's always quiet. Dee's business, is always pleasant to have around. Now, his wife was always a jokester. She'd pick on me a little bit when she'd come in.
The owner of the Chelsea General Store had to scare himself during the storm when several school buses with children stopped to take cover.
A little over 60. We brought them all back here behind the coolers in this area here.
Back on Jackson Road, Governor Mitch Daniels spoke with one of the bus drivers.
We're getting hailed on. It was huge, and it sounded like I was in a tin can. My kids were so good, though. Blessings.
But when she got home, her house was barely standing, ripped off its foundation, and a stone's throw away from where her family once lived, the Jacksons. Now, one of the victims, that couple there, they leave behind a son who's a conservation officer, and the Governor Mitch Daniels, made a point to talk to him in private and express his condolences. So what happens now for this neighborhood? Well, as you can see down there, there are power crews getting ready. They are working. They are putting up new telephone poles and power lines, but as we were just saying, to turn the lights on. However, in this neighborhood, in this stretch right here, unfortunately, there are very few lights left to turn on. Reporting live in Chelsea, Indiana, Elizabeth Donatelli, Wave 3 News.